Snap Judgements, BetMGM, live in San Francisco, the site of Super Bowl 60. Trista and I normally film these on remote, but you can see here we are next to each other here on Radio Row in San Francisco. Trista, vibe check right now, San Francisco, California, days away from Super Bowl 60.
Vibe check first and foremost, Nick. The weather cannot be beat. I thought New Orleans was going to be the best of maybe the decade, but 65, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, no humidity, no fog, no mist.
I came from the Northeast where it's about 2 degrees and there's mountains of snow everywhere. So Trista's right. The weather is way better. The energy in the city is crazy as the week moves on. I feel like this city, Trista, is ready for the big game.
Oh, yeah. And I think on top of that, like, it's been 10 years since we've had it here. I think we have a better matchup for Super Bowl than we did for Super Bowl 50, even though this is probably not the matchup we all imagined in September.
That one was the Broncos and the Panthers this weekend, the Seahawks and the Patriots. Before we move on to the game, we are on Radio Row. Trista, for the people that are not here, which is everyone watching right now, shout out to all of you. Describe the energy and the vibe here on Radio Row at the Moscone Center.
I think it's buzzy. There's a lot of celebrities here. There's a lot of people hawking their products. There's free wings. It's hard to find food. That's the one probably thing I have to say about Radio Row. Outside of the free wings, there's really not a lot of options to go around besides an $18 sandwich.
I'd like to know where they sell those. I'd like to buy a couple.
Just right out there.
I could use a sandwich right about now. Think about Radio Row, especially as we move closer to the game. Everywhere you look, famous athlete, Hall of Famer, current athlete, celebrity, pro wrestler, movie star.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith is pretty awesome. The stars are all out here right now. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, Seahawks and the Patriots, and specifically the two head coaches, the Mikes, McDonald, Seattle, Vrabel, New England. Trista, which one has more to lose coming up on Sunday?
Ooh, I feel like it's got to be McDonald just because Vrabel's already, as a player, won one. I feel like he solidified himself as a head coach that is able to turn a team around right away. I feel like the Patriots are going to continue to be good, and they have their quarterback of the future. Maybe Seattle does in Sam Darnold. I think obviously Sam Darnold is much older than Drake May is, but I think for me, Mike McDonald needs to show me that Seattle, as one of the best teams of the NFL, offensively, defensively, that they can get it done.
I'm going to say it's Mike Vrabel.
Because of the cut off your stuff comments,
well,
right?
Well, obviously, as someone, I am a man, you don't even dream of doing that.
Or talk about it twice.
Or even think about it candidly. But a couple of reasons why I would say it's Mike Vrabel. Number one, Mike McDonald's in year number 2 as a head coach. And you would imagine, and maybe he won't get another shot, but my sense is he's a really good coach. He'll probably get in contention to be back here again. Mike Vrabel has been to an AFC championship game before with the Tennessee Titans. So he's been around for longer, so maybe McDonald will get more bites at the apple. The other thing that I'd say is, given that the Patriots have such a rich history of winning and Vrabel is a player on those teams under Bill Belichick, it feels like, right, wrong, or indifferent, if Mike Vrabel loses the Super Bowl on Sunday, people are going to say, okay, he's great. Okay, he took them there in his first year with the second-year quarterback, but he didn't win like Belichick. Whereas I think Mike McDonald will get more grace, Trista, if the Seahawks lose than Mike Vrabel will if the Patriots lose.
You know what? That's a really good point. I hate to say I'm changing my mind, but you've convinced me almost to jump ship.
So this is a Super Bowl rematch of one of what some people would say the greatest Super Bowl ever played, Super Bowl 49, with New England coming from behind, down by 10 in the fourth quarter to beat Seattle 28-24. Marshawn Lynch doesn't get the ball at the end of the game. Russell Wilson gets picked. The Seahawks denied an opportunity to win back-to-back Super Bowls, and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the Patriots win their first in 10 years at the time. So that was 11 years ago. Trista, do you think we get a similar photo finish coming up on Sunday?
I don't. I honestly don't think there's going to be a lot of fireworks in this game in general. I hope there is, but these two defenses are so nasty. Also, Drake May in the postseason hasn't been that great. Sam Darnold had one great game against the Rams. Outside of that game, he's been pretty pedestrian in the last month. So two good defenses, really, really elite defenses actually, and Patriots in terms of their run defense has been excellent at the end of the season. And then two kind of questionable quarterbacks. Maybe we get a pick to win the game, like a pick six. Maybe we get a Rashid Shaheed walk-off sort of situation like special teams. But no, I really think this is going to be a very low-scoring game.
My sense is we will be in the fourth quarter, Trista, and it will be like it was in Super Bowl 49.
Really?
With Seattle holding, let's say a 10-point lead, a 2-score lead. And the question will be, can Drake May lead them back like Tom Brady led the Patriots back in Super Bowl 49.
That's what you hope. I'm sure that's what you hope.
Look, maybe it doesn't go that way and Seattle gets the pick six and they win by 17 or they win by 10, or maybe Drake May keeps following in Brady's footsteps, making the Super Bowl in year 2 and winning it in year 2. Ultimately, I'll go with Seattle. I think Seattle wins by 7-10, and Trysta Krick says what?
I say Seattle wins as well by 3, but the question that I have before we finish, do you really think that Drake May is going to continue to be in Tom Brady's footsteps his entire career, and that his entire career will be marked by comparison of him in TB12?
It's unfortunate to say that the answer to that question is yes, because it's not fair to Drake May, but of course, I mean, you're the guy after the guy, and he's not technically the guy after the guy. That's Cam Newton and then Mac Jones, but he's like the next great Patriots quarterback. He's never going to be Brady in the eyes of Patriots fans unless he wins a ton of Super Bowls. Brady's the greatest of all time. That's what he's going to be measured against, Trysta, right, wrong, or indifferent.